Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a new exhaust, just a slip-on, not a full system. The exhaust that comes on these motorcycles is actually pretty nice. Of course, it still sounds pretty bad. But right now I've got a SC Project exhaust slip-on to put on. So hopefully that'll change the sound up some, even though later on down the road we're still going to go ahead and put a header on and take the factory header off. So let's take a look at what we're going to put on. All right guys, so what we have for this exhaust is I purchased the SC Project exhaust, CRT exhaust, slip-on in carbon fiber. This should be about the easiest exhaust install ever, because it's literally just unbolt the other one and bolt this one right on. There's no servo in the way, no cables to remove or anything. So this should be a real simple install. It just comes with the slip-on, comes with the bracket and the hardware to put it on. And also this one it's super small, which is good and bad. I do like now that they are riveting the logo onto the side of it, whereas before the one I had on the Aprilia was just a sticker. This one does come with stickers too, but it's riveted on now. This one does have the honeycomb fin in the back. So lightweight, super small. Hopefully it changes the sound, gives it a good sound. But let's get the other one off. All right, guys, here's the tools you're going to need to do the job. You're going to need a 13 millimeter wrench for the exhaust bracket. You're going to need a ratchet. You can use this 3/8 electric and a 1/4 inch, but obviously you don't have to have that. I used an extension, a 10 millimeter socket for the new clamp, a T40 Torx for the old bracket bolt, and a number 3 hex for the carbon fiber shield. And of course, if you're working on a motorcycle, you should always have Loctite. Blue Loctite, 99% of the time, but you should have Loctite. So looking at the motorcycle, the factory Akrapovic doesn't look bad at all. It just sounds like a factory exhaust, which in part is, I'm sure, due to the huge catalytic converter on this thing. But we're going to go ahead and put the carbon fiber SC Project slip-on on, and it's basically you undo the 40 millimeter, no, not 40 millimeter, the T40 Torx on the bracket and the T40 Torx on the clamp, and it should just slide right off. Oh, and by the way, before we pull the factory exhaust off, let's go ahead and do a cold startup on it so we can see if there's any difference. Pretty weak. So now let's go ahead and take our T40 Torx and we'll go ahead and loosen up the clamp first. Now we'll go ahead and loosen up the bracket. And then hopefully we can just wiggle this and it should come right off. Now then we'll go ahead and take the factory clamp off, because this one comes with a clamp, a new clamp that goes on it, because it's got a carbon fiber guard over the exhaust that goes on right there. Now your bracket will only go one way, so you want to make sure that the head is on the bottom side. We'll go ahead and slide that on. Take your pipe, go ahead, put it up on, and then you can just take the factory bolt, put it back through, take the supplied flat washer in the nut, put it back on, of course, the nut on the back side back here is 13 millimeter. So just take your wrench, put on the nut, and take your T40 and re-tighten it down. Like so. Now assume on this, we kind of want to see where we want to line it up so it fits the best. That's pretty close up here, so we'll scoot it. It looks like we need to scoot it right to the edge. And then we will take our 10 millimeters and tighten this up. So now that we have this tight, we can go ahead and check our carbon fiber guard to see if it's where we like it. I think that's okay. And then once you get the clamp tightened up, you can go ahead and take your supplied clips. They come with it. They should just push on. And you should be able to get those over in the center, like so. See if I can get you a good view. Like that. And then take our other one. Push it on as well. Basically, that's it. It's installed. So let's go ahead and start it up and see how it sounds. Are we taking bets on if it sounds any better? I bet it doesn't. Sorry guys, it's so hot inside the garage that the camera keeps overheating and shutting off. So hopefully we got a good test on the sound, but as I suspected, it doesn't sound any better at all. Well guys, there you go. That's about the simplest install on a slip-on that I've ever had, because normally you have to take the servo cables off and everything, but everything's on, tighten down. Now one thing I did notice on these, make sure that that shoulder is going inside the hole on the actual cover, because one of mine seemed to be sticking out a little bit, so I had to loosen it up and retighten it. But that's pretty much it. Again, make sure that the clamp doesn't hit the swing arm in there, so make sure and check that out also. Well guys, there you go. That's the install on the SC Project exhaust CRT carbon fiber slip-on. Now this exhaust I picked up here locally from Motivation Accessories. I've purchased stuff from them in other videos. They're a great company. They provide a lot of different products. So if you need something for your bike, hit Jacob up there, tell him I sent you, and I'm sure you'll get a good deal. You won't be disappointed. They have great quality stuff, and they're great people to deal with. So, and they're local. That's even better if you're in the Austin or the Texas area. So again, guys, if you're wanting to install one of these on your BMW, this should give you a good idea of how to do it. It's a simple install. The sound is obviously not what you want until you remove the factory header, but it is what it is. It looks great. It sounds a little better. So for right now, it's okay. Once again, the link for all the parts from Motivation Accessories will be in the description. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and one other thing, save your factory parts. Make sure you keep everything together, because sometime down the road, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, if you want to trade this bike in, nobody is going to give you extra money for aftermarket parts. Might as well strip them back off, put it all back to factory. So make sure you save the parts, keep them safe, keep them protected. Just my 2 cents. Peace.